Greetings, salutations, happy Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. Welcome to Backstage, the daily show for entrepreneurs, founders, visionaries, and builders who are ready to stop waiting in the wings and let their stories power their growth. Thank you for joining me for a few minutes this morning. I hope you're doing well. If you're in my time zone, then good morning. If you're not, good evening. If you're in Asia, we do have listeners all over the world. Before I get it, I'm going to talk about fake AI influencers, what that means for building community and building a fan base in just a second. But I just want to share, and I'll probably share more. I met an incredible entrepreneur yesterday from Japan, a woman who goes by the beat of her own drummer. I mean, she knew early on that she was an entrepreneur, did not want the traditional life, knew she didn't want it, despite a lot of family pressure, just plowed forward in her young life, as a teenage girl and then a young woman, and started an incredible health food brand in Japan, and then decided she needed to bring it to the U.S. And this is the kind of person that when you sit with her, you realize she's never going to give up. And so I think her parents probably faced this when she was like, no, I'm not going to live a traditional life. She just isn't going to give up. And the energy of not giving up is very powerful. It makes you want to help her. And so there'll be more from her coming soon. I think she's going to be on my main podcast, The Bigger Stage with Matt Stone. I think we're going to get her in an episode soon. So look forward for that. But I want to talk about community and fan bases. There's this tension between if you see yourself wanting to build a fan base, you're like, I want to have like thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even 1 million fans. You see people with 1 million, subscribers on YouTube, which, by the way, does not equal having actual fans. You can have a lot of people who have clicked subscribe. Doesn't mean they're really all in on you. And that's what I wanted to talk about, is that all of us who want to build a big fan base, first of all, the foundational question is why? What do you want to use your platform to do? Hopefully it's something good. Certainly people can build fan bases doing something bad. But this is the other thing that I've struggled with that I'm seeing more and more clearly, and that's the role of building community on your way to having a fan base. They need each other. And let me connect that with an article I read this morning. It's actually more of an audio article. I don't know. These days, things are just different. But New York Times, the fake influencers selling wellness on your feed. The New York Times found hundreds of AI-generated doctors, healers, and wellness influencers on social media touting the benefits of supplements to U.S. consumers. And they get into like these really realistic looking AI, quote unquote, influencers. They're not real people. And they're selling people on Chinese medicine, on supplements, on things that some of which have turned out to deliver salmonella or other, health risks. So I'm not here to talk about that. That's ridiculous on its face. And we're going to get more and more and more of that. Here's where I think the opportunity is for anyone who wants to become a real leader in their industry and maybe even go iconic level, go beyond their industry. It's building community where people have a chance to meet you in person. They follow you. They build, you build trust because they know you're real. And being a real and accessible person, I think, is going to be the way to grow a fantastic fan base ultimately. So start with community. This is just where I'm seeing. I used to think, just go on, do a podcast or go on YouTube and build a big fan base. And, you don't have to mess with like the messiness of building community, which can be, not all it's cracked up to be. You got to manage a community. You got to really feed it. But that was wrong thinking. Building community is absolutely critical these days to building a fan base. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are trying to, build a presence online, I think the community mindset is really where it's at. And in the world we're living in is people are getting fooled by bots they're not going to like that. That's not going to make human beings happy. In fact, I'm not sure what's going to happen with social media, to be honest. Do I think it's going to completely go away? Well, of course not. But I think there's going to be a shift in our relationship with social media, because the more fake stuff that's out there, the less happy we're going to be. And I think there are going to be an increasing number of people who just eschew it completely, or who drastically limit it. So now is the opportunity to build community using all the tools that we have, both in-person events and social media, to build a relationship with a community and people in the community, and then leverage that to build your larger fan base. Get it while it's hot. That's my attitude. So what are you trying to build? What's your intention behind it, and what kind of community would best be served by what you're building? How do you serve them? How do you sow into that community and create learning, connection, and fun? Something enjoyable, but something people can count on as real. And that means you don't betray your community. You don't feed them BS. If you make a mistake, you apologize. Create opportunity for connection. Those sorts of things. So no one person has the total formula, and everyone has their own, unique formula. But just remember, as the New York Times piece, it's not even a piece, it's an audio thing they recorded. But anyway, if that research from the New York Times and so many other sources is accurate, look, I'll be honest with you. I just don't do anything on Facebook. I mean, I post a couple things. I keep it as a friend and acquaintance, global friend and acquaintance repository. That's literally all it is for me. Instagram, slightly more. My main activity is on this daily pod, which I use Substack to do. I don't even write extensive articles yet on Substack. I just put this on there. And of course, YouTube and LinkedIn. But I think I see a hunger for real connection and in person. And I think the more of these fake bots that are out there, the more that hunger is going to grow. So build it, build it, build it. That's what I'm doing. Build that community and you'll get your fan base. All right, I'm going to leave you there. Whatever you're building, take one more step today. Like my Japanese entrepreneur, she just never, ever, ever quits. No matter what, no matter who opposes her, she just keeps going. And I'll tell you what, that's inspiring me today. I hope it inspires you. Invite a friend to join us on the daily for a little verbal vitamin C. And as always, be good to yourself and others. Thanks as always for listening. And we will check back again with you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.